So, to my Cancer friends and Cancer rising friends, Sondra from For Your Chi, this is your November reading. First 6 houses here on YouTube. The remainder of the houses will be on Patreon. Link is below in the extended. You can either do Tier 2 or Tier 3, my miracle class, which will get you in on the class. We are doing miracles. We are miracle workers after all, and I'm going to show you how we meet Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. But I've recorded all the sessions so you don't miss anything. You could always go back and get the same information at a different time. In addition to that, the Tier 3 group, Miracle Workers, also gets the extended readings. Every single one, every month that I do. Or you can buy the video separate if you want. That link will be all below. Okay, so now that I'm done with my spiel, let's look at your November for the Cancer and Cancer rising folks. Well, how about that? The first couple of days of November, your crown chakra is being activated in a serious way. Many of you already have crown chakra activations. However, for some reason, the first couple of days of November seems like it's extra strong. The crown chakra information comes in the form of downloads in thoughts that are blocks of thoughts transmitted right directly into your mind. These are usually like shower thoughts. It can also be like an epiphany or a aha moment, but things that you need to do. You need to ask for help from others because the information that's coming in could be a little bit overwhelming, or you could not be certain of the material or not certain of the details surrounding it because it could be something that you've never even heard of. Let me give you an example of this. This happened to me one time. I have crown chakra stuff happen all the time, information, I mean. So this happened one time when I was getting out of bed. I was getting out of bed and I got the message, the download, that I needed to buy my mother anti-EMF gear and that will help her AFib. And it was shocking at the time because I didn't know that EMF caused AFib until I Googled that. Well, if you Google it now, you'll get a different answer. But when I Googled it back then, I wanted to Google it first before I went around asking folks, and especially my family. When I Googled it back then, what came up in the results was EMF, and then it gave this decimal point to a certain degree, can trigger AFib. And I thought, holy shit, why don't I know this? Why don't people that have AFib know this? Well, as we went back through the medical records and through the phone records, it turns out that a cell phone upgrade was what caused her AFib in the first place. So we don't even know how our body is being affected by technology. We just assumed it was something happened with age. She doesn't have a family history of AFib. But back to your situation, ask for help from others is researching the information that you got, not to double check it necessarily, but to narrow down the details so that you know specifically what move to make next, okay? And it can be about anything. But usually it's an answer to your prayer once you understand and then do the appropriate action that it's telling you to do. Your second house. Authority figures the alpha male or the emperor in traditional tarot as it pertains to your house of money, prosperity, and your personal items. This usually means that someone is in charge of your money. This could also be sometimes like, it can be your partner for sure, if you share money or share bills. It can also sometimes be your boss in the second house because, you know, the boss does control the purse strings, thereby controlling how much money you receive, things like that. Now they're saying it's unlikely here. So whatever this alpha can also sometimes be female if they're a strong female, personality-wise. It is unlikely that the alpha is going to get what they want here. Okay, so you could have an alpha running around saying that, you're spending too much money or you're doing this and that with your stuff and you shouldn't be, and that he's going to fix things or control things. Yeah, that's not going to work out the way that he wants, okay? It's actually going to be more to your benefit, but you're going to have to let this card play out or this situation play out. Unless you can trump this alpha and override him or bypass him somehow, then that's what you should do just to avoid this. But in many cases, you can't, right? And so I get that. Your third house, your brother or sister, they are reviewing their options as to what they're going to do next. No really means not to choose one right now. It's not a good time. It's more time to sit back and do the research before they decide. It's not a good time to make a decision for brother or sister in November. Your fourth house is your house of home where you currently live. This could also be talking about someone that you live with or your father. Sometimes the father figure shows up in the fourth house. Also a pause card or situation here. It's not time to make any moves or changes with regard to your home. Although they're saying you're ready, it looks like there's no plan yet. So this card is about pausing, but also taking the time out for the planning phase of what you're going to do next. Okay, you could be energetically ready, you could be physically ready for this change if it's a move or changing your home environment some way. That could also be the people that you live with, right? Or your father could be ready to make this changes, but yet there's no solid plan. So the solid plan needs to happen first. That's all I'm saying. Your fifth house, your social life, your fun, your friends, your single life. For those of you single Cancers out there, this could also be talking about a child. If you have more than one child, it would be your younger or middle child. There's a victory happening here. This means yes, saying yes to any social invitations that you get or receive in November. You could also be hosting something in November or planning to host. That's also a good idea, only if you want to. This could also be you meeting someone new, whether that be in the friend category or in the romance sector. They want you to trust that the universe has your back here. Very good. All right, your sixth house of work and health, you have shadow. Shadow is the moon card in traditional tarot. The work itself could be better. You're looking at the, and this could also be your health too, because sixth house rules health. There could be somewhat of a slight depression happening with work and or health, or maybe you're just walking into work every day, for those of you that feel this way, and you're just like blah. They want you to reconsider something here. So this could be reconsidering an offer, an opportunity. I'm also getting someone is not happy with their medication because sixth house rules health. So if you're on a medication that's causing problems or it's not working and you want to get it fixed, or you need to get it fixed, right? And the doctor has already offered you something and you said no, or you said wait, you may be going back and trying to switch out the medicine to something new. That's not for everyone. I understand that's a specific message, and this is definitely not medical advice. All you're doing is taking your own doctor's medical advice that you previously refused, right? But you know that something is off here, and so it's off. You have to fix it. No one else can fix it but you. All right, let's look around and see who's around you in your seventh house of primary relationships before we go, as far as zodiac signs, before we go to the extended. In your 7th house, you have another Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. I feel like you always get water sign cards every month here, don't you? You also have the Swords here. That's an air sign. Gemini, Aqua, or Libra. And you have fire sign here too. Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Okay. If you want to follow me in the extended, the link is below. You can either do tier 2 just to get the extendeds, or my tier 3 miracle group and the extendeds because they're included, or you can buy this video separately. We're going to be going over your 7th house of primary relationships, including business partnerships, if that applies. Your 8th house of taxes, contracts, intimacy, the source of your significant other's income. Your 9th house of travel and school, your 10th house of career or your mother, your 11th house of your child or your best friend, and the 12th house, what's about to happen 3 months from now in the month of February. Take care, everyone.